Before we dive into the story, please subscribe to our channel. That would help me a lot, and you are free to change your mind anytime later. Now let's begin the story. My name is Michael Anderson, and for the past 5 years, I was under the foolish impression that my marriage to Lisa was perfect. How naive I was. It all came crashing down at the 10th anniversary party for my father-in-law Robert's restaurant franchise. Robert and I have always been close, more like friends than typical in-laws. We shared a bond of openness and non-judgment. So when Lisa excused herself to use the restroom during the party and didn't return for an unusually long time, my concern grew. I started searching for her, retracing her steps through the bustling event hall packed with guests celebrating Robert's business success. A sick feeling twisted in my gut when I finally found Lisa, collapsed on the bathroom floor, her dress hiked up and hair disheveled. "Lisa, oh my God, are you okay?" I rushed to her side, cradling her in my arms. "I'm fine, Michael," she mumbled, clearly embarrassed. My dress just got stuck on my leg weird when I tried to pee. I fell over like an idiot. Relief washed over me that it seemed to just be a clumsy accident. But the sight of my wife's undignified position made my cheeks burn with second-hand embarrassment for her. I helped Lisa to her feet, adjusting her rumpled dress. "Let's get you to the hospital, just to get checked out," I insisted, though she protested that it was unnecessary. I wasn't taking any chances. She was my whole world. With hurried apologies to Robert for our early departure, I half-carried Lisa out to the car and drove to the emergency room, her head resting on my shoulder. The kind doctor confirmed it was only a minor twist of her knee, likely from an awkward fall. Just to be cautious, he prescribed pain medication and suggested rest. The drive home from the hospital was silent, the unspoken awkwardness weighing heavy between Lisa and me. I kept replaying the mortifying image of finding her disheveled on that bathroom floor. What could have possibly led to such an undignified situation? As soon as we arrived home, I insisted Lisa go straight to bed to rest her knee while I settled in the living room recliner, my mind spinning. Not 10 minutes later, my phone rang. It was Robert calling to check on Lisa. "Michael, is everything okay with Lisa after her fall?" His concerned father's voice crackled through the line. "Yeah, she's resting now. The doctor said just a minor knee twist from an awkward fall. No serious injury, thankfully." I tried to keep my tone light, though her compromising position still nagged at me. "Well, that's a relief. Maybe we can get a laugh out of checking the security footage later to see what really happened," Robert chuckled. A knot twisted in my gut. I hadn't even considered that possibility. After assuring Robert that Lisa would be fine, I hung up and leaned back in the recliner, pinching the bridge of my nose. I trusted Lisa implicitly. So why did the idea of footage from that night make me so uneasy? A few hours later, I was startled awake by my phone ringing again, Robert's ringtone. Had I really been so exhausted that I'd fallen asleep? "Hello." I answered groggily. "Michael." Robert's voice was hushed and pained. I checked that security footage from the party like I joked about earlier. "Oh God, son, I wish I could unsee what I saw." My heart stopped. Dread flooded my veins as Robert launched into a hurried explanation of what the CCTV camera captured. Lisa in the hallway outside the bathroom, but not alone. She was with another man, and the two were intimately embracing, kissing passionately, undressing each other. I squeezed my eyes shut, trying to block out Robert's words, but they bored into me like red-hot pokers. They were making love, Michael, or at least trying to before Lisa must have fallen or something. The footage cuts off, but oh God, I'm so sorry. The phone slipped from my shaking hand, clattering to the floor. A roaring filled my ears as the reality of what Robert said sank in. My wife's supposed accident was actually caught in the act of infidelity. The woman I loved, the woman I thought loved me, had betrayed me in such a sickening way. Robert's voice crackled from the fallen phone. "Michael? Michael, I'm going to send you the video file from that night. You have to see it for yourself." My body was numb, disconnected. How could this be happening? How could Lisa do this to me, to us? Blindly, I retrieved my phone just as a new message notification appeared with a video file attachment from Robert. With a trembling finger, I played the video and immediately regretted it. There was Lisa, pressed against the hallway wall by a man in a chef's coat, their hands roaming greedily over each other. Their embrace quickly descended into a passionate lip lock as items of clothing were urgently shed. The camera angle changed, showing Lisa now on the floor, her disheveled appearance taking on a whole new context that made me feel physically ill. The man fumbled with the zipper of his pants before the footage cut off, but it was more than enough to paint the full picture. Hot tears streamed down my cheeks as the screen went black. My stomach twisted into angry knots, threatening to expel its contents right there. I had been such a fool. Robert spoke up again, his voice solemn. Michael, I want you to know that I love you like the son I never had. I won't let this go unpunished. You're free to handle this however you want, but please don't harm my daughter physically. That's the only thing I ask. Understand? Understand? How could I possibly understand any of this nightmare? I managed to murmur some semblance of agreement to Robert's condition before ending the call. I spent that long night alone on the living room floor, replaying the sickening video evidence over and over until I mercifully passed out from emotional exhaustion. When I finally awoke, it was well into the next morning and Lisa was still asleep down the hall. My heart was eerily calm, almost numb from the trauma. Rising to my feet, I steeled myself for the inevitable confrontation and made my way to her bedroom. Lisa was just starting to stir as I opened the door. Michael. She squinted at me groggily. What's going on? I said nothing, simply hitting play on my phone to let the video from last night speak for itself. Lisa's eyes went wide with horror as the graphic images of her infidelity played out. Oh God, Michael, I don't know what to say, she stammered, fresh tears spilling down her flushed cheeks. Don't say anything, I said flatly, tossing my phone aside. Just come clean for once, because I've already read your text with him. Lisa flinched as if struck. You went through my phone? After what your father showed me? You're damn right I did. I roared, losing my tenuous grip on calm. I saw all the messages between you two, setting up your little rendezvous at his party. I saw just how long this affair has really been going on. Over a year, Lisa. She opened and closed her mouth uselessly, unable to deny the truth any longer. In a small voice, she finally confessed. His name is Randall, one of the chefs at my dad's restaurant. We started sleeping together shortly after the Midvale location opened last year. You have to believe me, I never meant to hurt you like this. My fists clenched at her audacity to beg for understanding. A year. Lisa, you've been lying and cheating on me for a whole year, throwing away the marriage I thought we had. I shook my head in disgust. I can't even look at you right now. Get your things and get out. Michael, please. She clutched at my arm, eyes glistening with desperate tears. Give me one more chance. I'm begging you. I'll call things off with Randall. We can go to counseling. Anything. Don't throw this all away over one stupid mistake. But her plea fell on deaf ears. The damage was already done, the betrayal cutting too deeply. This isn't just a mistake, Lisa. It's a conscious choice you made over and over again for the past year. I don't know you anymore. Jaw clenched, I hardened my resolve and made my ultimatum clear. Either you leave now of your own accord, or I'll be forced to have the police remove you for trespassing. Those are your only options. Lisa searched my eyes, desperate for any shred of willingness to forgive her, but found nothing. At last, she seemed to accept defeat, slowly rising and beginning to gather her belongings. You're making a terrible mistake, she whispered brokenly, but I can see there's no changing your mind. I stood in stony silence as my wife of 5 years packed a single suitcase of essentials before brushing past me out of the bedroom. She paused in the doorway, fresh tears glistening. I really did love you once, you know. With that parting remark, she disappeared down the hallway and out of my life. As the front door closed behind Lisa, I felt Robert's hand on my shoulder as he emerged from the kitchen. He must have arrived while Lisa was packing and let himself in, overhearing everything. The look in the old man's eyes mirrored my own hollow heartbreak and resignation. Oh, Michael, I'm so sorry, son, he murmured, pulling me into a fierce embrace. We remained that way for a long moment, letting thighs-emanating sobs overtake us both. When our tears finally subsided, I pulled back, clearing my throat roughly. That chef she was with. Randall, I want you to fire him immediately and blacklist him from the entire restaurant group. Robert gave a solemn nod. Consider it done. And Lisa. He sighed heavily. As much as it pains me, I won't be giving her a single cent of financial support after this. She brought this on herself and will have to face the consequences. Thank you, Robert. I replied quietly, surprising myself with how easily I could still call this man father, in every way but biology. What she did, I don't know if I'll ever be able to forgive her for it. Robert clasped my shoulder firmly. Then don't force it, son. Some betrayals are too deep to recover from, as much as it hurts. The most you can do is wish her well and focus on surviving this yourself. I managed the faintest ghost of a smile, drawing strength from his wisdom and compassion. You're right, that's all I can do. Though the long road of emotional recovery ahead seemed daunting, I knew I could make it through by staying true to myself and what I deserved, something Lisa had so carelessly cast aside. Her choices were her own, but they wouldn't destroy me too. In the aftermath of the savage dual betrayals, the lurid rumors of Lisa and Randall's seedy workplace affair spread like wildfire. The outcry forced Randall's wife to file for divorce as well, and in a cruel twist of poetic justice, she was awarded the lion's share of their assets in the settlement. Meanwhile, disgraced and ostracized by the very community they'd arrogantly cuckolded, Lisa and the newly destitute Randall found the only jobs available to them were menial positions ill-befitting their previously respected careers. As for myself, though the pain of Lisa's actions would never fully heal, I took solace in Robert's solidarity as a true father figure. His steadfast love and wisdom helped me navigate the turbulent waters of heartbreak, reminding me that I deserved better than deception, and that real, lasting love still awaited me. The road was long and arduous, but Onishi life truth kept me going. I was a good man who hadn't done anything to deserve Lisa's unfaithful cruelty. In time, I regained my shaken sense of self-worth and opened my heart again to the possibility of an honest, committed love, the kind I had foolishly thought I'd already had. Though the scars would forever remain, I emerged from that anguish stronger, wiser, and absolutely certain that true happiness comes from within, not from toxic relationships based on lies. I vowed to be a better judge of character from then on, surrounding myself with people who celebrated the resilient man I had become. This is where our story comes to an end. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for your precious time. If you enjoyed this story, then please make sure you subscribe to this channel. That would help me a lot. Click on the video you see on the screen, and I will see you there.